Hello coloring friends, so welcome to a new season of our weekly challenge Find and Color, and to separate it a little bit from our previous season we will call it Find and Color 100 prompts. There is indeed 100 prompts, 75 new ones and 25 prompts from our previous season. Thank you everyone who wrote me your wishes, which prompts you would like to repeat, or if you just joined recently, which prompt sounded interesting for you to color. The most repeating prompts I included in the list, so there are 25 prompts from our previous season. From all the people who took part in my challenge, only one person wrote me that she completed all 100 prompts just as me, and it's very nice. And 4 or 5 persons they wrote that they completed almost all prompts, like 88, 90, which is also very good. I'm happy that I'm not the only one to complete all the prompts. And if you just joined my challenge, so here's your chance. We're starting new season, and if you put some efforts in some time you can complete another 100 prompts. This time I wrote some not rules but maybe guidelines for everyone, and especially who just joined this challenge, because I noticed that sometimes people they not sure what and how they should take part in this challenge. So there are some guidelines. So the first one, this is adult coloring, so of course you must be at least 18 years old to take part in this challenge. Second, only illustrations sent to my email would be featured in videos on this channel. Of course, you can color for yourself, you can post it on Facebook, on Instagram, but I will include only illustrations that were sent to my email. The reason is because it takes more time if I collect illustration from different social media, then I have to type the name and book's title. It takes more time. When it's sent to my email, I just copy paste on my list and it's much quicker. Then no AI illustrations, no AI generated pictures. You can color them for yourself, you can post it on Instagram or anywhere, but I don't want to include those illustrations in my videos because I'm negative about this. I hadn't been to Etsy for some time, and then when I went after some period of time, I was horrified actually, because when I put some prompt in search and I want to find illustrations, and all the results, like several pages, it shows me only AI generated pictures. I understand why, because they're so cheap, like $3.5, and you can buy for this money like 40 illustrations, even 50. And of course it takes much less time to generate those pictures and correct maybe something, and you don't have to create to think of idea and then to draw it. And I don't know, I don't like it, because then real artists, they it's even more less chances for them to be noticed. So that's my point. I don't want to see those illustrations in my videos, so no AI. And then illustration must be colored completely, and not just the object of the prompt. What I mean, if we have prompt like I don't know, X, then you find X on the illustration, and you not just color those X, you color the whole picture, the whole illustration. That's the point. Next, no more than 7 illustrations per challenge. Yeah, it sounds like a lot. I hardly can color one illustration sometimes, but yeah, there was some cases when I got like 10 and one time even 15 illustration for one challenge. That's a lot, and let's think about quality, not quantity, right? It's better to color less, but those pictures should be nicely colored. Next one, size. Most of you send me in right size. No need to send too big illustrations, but in any case bigger is better than small. When you send me too small illustration, then when I have to put on black background, and this should be of a certain size for video. And so if your picture is too small, I have to stretch it, and of course the quality suffers, and sometimes it's not possible to include your picture if it's too small. So as guideline, no less than 1200 pixels in a bigger size, longer size. Next, submitted illustration must be accompanied with following information. You know this, but once again, a book's title, artist name, if there is any name, and your name or your nick as you want it to appear in the slideshow, and by your wish, Instagram or YouTube channel. Also, you can give that information. Again, illustrations that come to me with no information would not be included in video. And the last one, illustration must be submitted till midnight of Saturday EDT time. Nothing hard to follow, right? Simple rules, simple guidelines. I just want you to respect my wishes and to follow these rules. Don't forget to write your name along with your illustrations, and of course book's title, because this way we shown our respect to artists and to books. So I think that's all. And now what? It's time to take again my colorful box. It's like nothing new, right? Same box, kind of same prompts. We're going to do same thing, coloring, but still I feel excited as if I'm going to do something new. It's always like this when you start something new, because that one we finished, that was achievement, and now it's like new chapter, we're starting something new, so I feel excited. Look at this, how beautiful it looks, all 100 prompts. It's been so long. It's much more interesting to have that many prompts than when at the end we had like 10 prompts, 8 prompts. And now, such a big choice. So, okay, let's find out our first prompt of a new season. So friends, our first prompt of a new season is guitar. In last season we had prompt musical instruments. It's like more general, and actually a few people asked me to include this prompt in new season, but I thought I would make it more specific, like not musical instrument but several more specific instruments like guitar, and there will be a couple others. I think it would be more interesting, at least it's a little bit different from our previous prompt. At the moment I can't remember anything. I'm even not sure whether I found anything, but I have hopes for my cats coloring books. Maybe there will be some cats with guitar. It sounds like it might be. Anyway, I'm off to look for the first prompt of our new season, and see you in a second. So friends, I'm back, and there are some books with illustrations with guitars. Not that there are too many illustrations, but rather quickly I found quite a lot, enough for me to choose from. But don't worry, if you don't have illustrations with 100% guitars, you can color illustrations with something similar to guitar. I will show you at the end examples of such illustrations. I started from checking my cat's books. In one I didn't find anything, but in this one, Korean Cat Coloring Therapy, I did find indeed. Look at this cat learning how to play the song I Need You. Very nice picture. Not too much to color here. Bigger space maybe, but not many details. Then another of my cats books by Marjorie Sarnat, Creative Cats. And yes, indeed, there is another cat with guitar. After I checked this book by Marjorie Sarnat, I decided to check another one, Owls. And yes, there are two illustrations with guitars here. One I have already colored. You have seen it in my previous video with all completed pages. Yeah, here we have guitar. But there is another one, and look at this picture. There are a lot of guitars. This one like main, but a lot of on the background. It's like decoration element here. Very nice for this prompt, if you are not scared to color that many guitars. Wing Beauty. There are 5 different illustrators in this book, and I remember this picture because I haven't colored any illustration by this artist. Let me see his name. Charles Vess. And I remember I wanted to color this picture at some point, but I didn't. And so I remembered that there is a guitar, a guy with guitar. Ink House by Coloring Heaven. From Coloring Heaven by Rory Dobner. I decided to check this one because this type of illustrations you always find something unexpectedly. And indeed, look at this ape with guitar. Very nice picture, and this Zorer parrot that I have colored as well on another picture. Keanu Reeves by Maurizio Campidelli. Here we have Keanu with guitar at some performance. After Keanu, I decided to check Jason Momoa by same artist. And yes, indeed, very summer illustration, holiday mood, sea, sun, palm trees, hammock, and guitar. Very beautiful. And now, if you don't have 100% guitars among your books, you can color something similar to guitar. I don't know all the names, varieties of these musical instruments, but Vilin Sant, Tomislav Tomic, for example, we have this illustration, and definitely it's not a guitar because it looks different shape, but it kind of similar. So you can color something like this as well if you don't have real guitar. Or another example from The Witcher coloring book. This guy is playing these instruments. These are not guitars, but kind of similar. So I hope you got my point for this prompt, and I hope you will find some interesting illustrations for this prompt, and in 1 week we'll see a nice beautiful gallery of works for this first prompt of our new season. That's all for today. Thank you and see you next time.